Good morning. Welcome everyone who is here physically with us and everyone who is out there in Cyberland. Welcome to the Calgary Center for Spiritual Living. I am Reverend Marjorie Contenti, and it is my pleasure and my privilege to be leading the meditation for you this morning. So take a nice breath, a nice full breath, and release it in your own rhythm. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And keep that awareness of your breath as I begin to describe the meditation. Breathing in and breathing out. Appreciating how the breath is so natural. Nothing required of us to be here on the planet, breathing and moving and living and having our being in spirit. Breathing in and breathing out. And on the exhalations, allow yourself to sink into the chair or whatever is supporting you, knowing that this base you are on right now is a metaphor for life. You and I, always supported by this power, this divine presence that we choose to take a few moments this morning to connect with. Breathing in and breathing out. We know that the awareness, the presence of spirit is as close as our next breath. Breathing in as this spiritual being, breathing out the love that is naturally who we are. Breathing in spiritual awareness, breathing out love. On the next out breath, checking in with your body and allowing the last parts to just relax. Let yourself sink into the chair, knowing that nothing outside of this place that you are in, nothing outside of this next few minutes, nothing requires your attention. Nothing you may have been thinking about, nothing you've been worrying about, nothing you may have brought in with you to this space. Let it all just drift away. You've given yourself the gift of this time to simply be. In a moment, we will move into silence. If you become distracted during the meditation, simply bring your attention back to your breath. I am breathing in spirit. I am breathing out love. And if you have any thoughts that want some attention, let them drift away. No resistance. Just let them drift away. So let's move into silence for the next short while. Nothing to think about or do until you hear again the sound of my voice. breathing out. Breathing in spirit, breathing out love. Let us know together as we close this meditation time that there is this divine spirit in each of us that has never been affected or impacted by the outside world or the world of circumstances or form. And this spark, this divine life is active. It's this eternal flame. It represents the infinity, the infinite nature that each of us is. So I remember, and knowing this truth for each of us, I remember that I am this life of spirit. It burns brightly within me. It is the power of love and peace and joy. It is the power of giving and receiving. It is the power of creativity, and it is the power of vital good health. Knowing all of this about myself, I release these thoughts and I carry forward the peace and the gentleness that I have created in this meditation. I carry it forth into my life for this service, for this day, for this week, and beyond. This is my nature. I am a spiritual human being here to live a joy and meaning. Breathing in, I am spirit. Breathing out, I am love. One more nice full breath in your own rhythm, and becoming aware of your physical body, gently moving fingers and toes, maybe very, very gently moving your neck a little bit. Just a mild stretch to bring your awareness back into this physical plane. Know that you are spirit, know that you are loved. And coming fully back, and when you are ready, opening your eyes and enjoying the rest of the day in the service. Namaste.
carry this love everywhere that we go. We have come here to love one another. We have come here to let our love grow. We are family, we're sisters and we're brothers, and we carry this love everywhere that we go. We carry this love. We carry this love. We carry this love. We carry this love everywhere. Have come here to love one another. We have come here to let our love grow. We are family, we're sisters and we're brothers, and we carry this love everywhere that we go. We carry this love. We carry this love. Oh, we carry this love. Yeah, we carry this love everywhere that we go. Have come here to love one another. Have come here to let our love grow. Our family, we're sisters and brothers. We carry this love everywhere that we go. We carry this love everywhere that we
And well, hi everybody. How are ya? It's wonderful to see everybody here in person, and it's also wonderful to know that you are tuning in on our love stream. So everybody in the audience, turn around and wave at George Clooney. And everybody that's sitting there with George Clooney, way back. See, what you have to understand is there's a picture of George Clooney right up where the camera is, which calls my attention up there. And that's how I know where to look to get to the camera. That's why I direct you to George. So welcome, everybody. I'll introduce myself if you're new to the center. I'm Pat Campbell, and I am the spiritual director of the Center for Spiritual Living. And a few things you need to know if you've never been to a center before. We are a faith tradition. We don't call ourselves a religion. We are a philosophy or a faith tradition that honors all faith traditions. Because we understand that each one of us is here to be a spark of the divine. Each one of us is here to express that part of us in our own unique way. And so there can't be just one way to believe. That doesn't make sense in a limitless universe. And so wherever you are, however you got here, whatever your beliefs are, you are absolutely welcome here. We are so glad that you came. We have a special day today, which is why we have flowers and everything going on, but I'll tell you about it in just a second. What I would like to ask is if there's anybody who is here for the first time. We don't want to embarrass you. We just want to make eye contact, hand you a brochure, let you know that you're welcome. So anybody willing to do that? Hands. I know we got no people here because I met you. Okay, so anybody else? Thank you, Corey. It's good to see you. Really good to see you. And give him a hand for being here. Give him a hand. So we're going to start out by singing our Kong song. And I went back and forth on which one we were going to do today. But because we're in a mode of celebration and because this is everybody's most favorite song to sing, we're going to do it. You know which one it is? Okay, it's One Power. If you don't know it, just listen to the words because it is so lovely. So let's stand up and sing, shall we? Of you sing that song from the heart, sing it out as loud as you can, and pretend like you sound like Amy Bishop. So, Funday, kids, it's time for you guys to go to Funday. Yay! In a little bit. I remember once when I said I wanted, that's a little loud, I'm a little loud, that I wanted a song to accompany me through life. Like the kids get like musiced out, and Oliver began to play. Would you like to play it?
Oh, sorry.
This is what Oliver said is my theme song.
Right?
Yep.
Come on,
Oh,
it's
sorry.
pretty close.
It's pretty close. Yeah, nice. Okay, so we're doing things. The order of service is a little bit different today because of our celebration, but I still have things to tell you all about, things that are going on in the center. It's like September came and all those things that we said we'll do it after COVID. And then all those things that we said we'll do it after the summer is here now because it's September. And so everything is happening right now, including today. So I'll tell you about it. Today we are going to have our practitioner installation and dedication as part of our service. We're also celebrating our 5-year anniversary of being here in this building. And I know, it's so exciting. And we're having a party afterwards. So please make sure that you stay. We've got sandwiches and things like that. There's cake. Woo! Dun, 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 dun. And so make sure that you stay afterwards. It's a big celebration for us. Okay, so this is the one I thought was coming up. So we are starting our foundational class. This is our basics class. A lot of people are saying, what book should I read? Or I really want to understand more about the teaching or anything. This is the course for you. This is our basic course called Foundations. It's a 10-week course, and that may sound like, oh my gosh, 10 weeks, but I'm telling you, it goes by like that. It is so fun. Nod your heads if you've been in Foundations and know what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's a life-changing course, and it is also very, very fun and interesting, very experiential. So even if you've taken courses before, you're in a different place in consciousness now than you were when you took it 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 30 years ago. So you might want to think about taking it again. Plus, we've got this really cool thing that's called priceless pricing. So we know how valuable this course is, but we also know that things can be a little tight at sometimes until you take the course and then you learn how to manifest money. But anyway, it's true. So what we're asking is that everybody pay the $45 registration fee, which is what we send to our parent organization, Centers for Spiritual Living, and then you decide the value that you're going to get from this course. So you could give another $50 or $100, or you could pay the entire fee, which is $295, or infinity. If you're like, this is the most priceless thing that I've ever experienced in my life, and I'm going to give $1 million, guess what? We'll take it. Because we know how valuable this is. So if you want to register, go on our website and just go to where it says register for Foundations class, and it explains this whole all this information, and you can sign up right there. It starts on Tuesday, October 11th. It goes to December 13th, and we have a big party then. And also, Love Stream people, it's going to be hybrid. So if you are someplace where we can't be here physically, you are welcome to be in the class as well. So it's going to be both in person and hybrid. And with Calgary winters, there may be times when you don't want to drive, and you can still take the course. So I'm really strongly recommending this because we are getting ready to really go. You know what I mean? Go. And so don't pass, go. And so anyway, so please sign up for this class. It starts on October 11th. So our Winter Coats Are Us initiative is going on right now. This is a child of Shelley DeCoste. And so we are accepting winter coats that are going to go to the Drop-In Center and another organization called Making Changes. We are receiving them only on Sundays, today through October 16th. So don't drop them off during the week. Wait until Sunday. Come here on Sunday and drop them off. And I just found out that our goal is 200 coats. How about that? Yeah? That's a good goal. If everybody and their partner or their family dropped off 2 coats, we would be there in no time. So if you have any questions, you can see Shelley, who just went, woo! And you can get some information, and also how you can let your neighbors and your friends and your family know about that. So see Shelley about that. So when we were in the midst of the pandemic and we couldn't meet in person, we started a number of online group discussions, and we are continuing them because they are really I attribute a lot of the reason why we are a strong congregation is because we were still being able to come together in community. So the Monday night group will be starting not this Monday night, but the following Monday night on October 3rd. Coffee with Dr. Pat, that's been ongoing for a couple of years now too. That's noon on Wednesday, and we just have a wonderful time. It's on Zoom. And then the Saging Circle, this is for our elders, our 55, 60 plus, our wisdom keepers. And they come together, that's facilitated by, I almost called you Reverend Sandra and Neil Butler. And it's a wonderful, wonderful, strong group of people. And that's by Zoom as well. So all of these things going on, and our hiking group is continuing on. Neil, what's on tap for next week? Okay, what Neil said for Love Stream Peoples, we haven't planned it yet for next week. But if you have any questions or suggestions, you can see Neil and let him know what you think might make a nice hike or a nice little social group. Incidentally, we are starting a social committee because so many people want to do stuff now. We got people, well, let's have potlucks, let's have parties, let's have dances, let's have movie nights, let's have game nights, let's do and you know what, I'm a little bit like, okay, so we're going to start a committee. And then you guys just tell me what to announce. Right? Okay, so anyway, if you would like to be part of the social committee, it is meeting on Tuesday night, October 4th, here at 7 o'clock. So that's for anybody. And if any of you in Love Stream Land want to be part of that, just let me know. We'll make sure that we bring you in via Zoom for that. Okay. Everybody take a deep breath. That was a lot. I know, and even more stuff's coming. So usually what we do now is have what we call our sacred moment. And we have a treatment, and we do our mission and vision statements. We're changing things up just a little bit because of our celebration. So I would like to invite up our wonderful band, Elevation, to do a song that's going to get us in the mood for the celebration. So please welcome Elevation.
All right.
You're all wondering if it's zippity-doo-dah, aren't you?
Ah! Please let it be. Please let it be.
We are family. We are family.
Let's get it.
I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and say, we are family. I got all my sisters with me. Hey, 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 we are family. Get up, everybody, say.
Done. Amy Bishop, Oliver Miguel, Steph Chapman, Luis Tovar, Lisa Jacobs. Woo! Dang. Could you hand me my stand, darling? With the notebook. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Unabomber. I know there are some people who are here with their relatives for this special day that are looking and going, what is this place? Yeah, we're pretty much always like this. Whew. So will you breathe with me, please? Taking a deep breath. And another. And one more time, please. Breathe in all that energy we just created. Whew, that was something, hey? So my talk today is It Takes a Village. As I'm standing here, hadn't planned to say this, I want you all to just look over at the family room that we just sang at. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, gosh, that makes my heart feel good. Yeah. Oh, that makes my heart feel so good. So, as you know now, this is a special day for us. In a little while, we are going to have a wonderful ceremony with our newly licensed practitioners who received their licenses during COVID. But until we do that, we are also celebrating our 5th anniversary of being here in this building. We actually moved into this building in August of 2017. But we figured since, we're going to have this other party, we're going to put it all together and call it It Takes a Village. Because it takes a village to run a center like this. The band and I, we get to be up front. We get to get the applause. Well, sometimes I get applause, but they always get applause. And sometimes I... But you know what? There are a whole lot of people who give their time and energy to help make this place the awesome place that it is. So I would like to ask anybody who volunteers for the center to stand up so that we can acknowledge you. Anybody who does any volunteering for the center, board of trustees, greeter, usher, help in the kitchen, garden stuff, Carol stand up, all of that stuff. It takes a village. So with that in mind, what I wanted to do is give you a brief history about how this building came into being, because it is without question a manifestation of consciousness, and it is all about setting really, really strong intentions, which is basically our teaching. Am I right? Consciousness and setting of intentions, which you'll learn if you take the foundations class. Okay, so when I first came here, I moved to Calgary in April of 2013 at 56 years old. I know. Who does that? Apparently I do. But when I got here, it was right after the center had made the decision to sell their beloved building on 17th Avenue. And it was meeting on Sundays at an auditorium at Sept. And what they had done is that they had bought this really cool building in the northwest, kind of right in the center of the northwest, and it was for office and classrooms and meetings and parties and stuff like that. Now, I had never been to the 17th Avenue building. I never stepped foot in it, so I had no attachment to it at all. But apparently, a lot of people did, which I didn't know when I got here. I thought everyone was like, yeah, this is cool, we're at Sept, yeah, we like our cool building. That was not the case. So as I sat and started talking to people, it turned out that what people were missing the most, they loved that building, but what they were missing the most was being under one roof. They didn't necessarily like having Sundays in one place and having office and classrooms in another. Now, the building we had, like I said, was super cool, but it just didn't suit our needs. And people didn't like being at Sept because they had to pay for parking, and it was a little bit cold, for lack of a better word. It was just a big auditorium, right? So after we're hearing this for a while, in 2016, the leadership at the time began working and contemplating the idea of having a home again. So we had several all-day visioning sessions. We brought in facilitators from the outside, and the whole point was for us to get clear and set our intentions and our desires for the future of the center. In one meeting, we designed the vision and mission that we talk about every week. And this is key. What I want to tell you, this is key, is that even though we were doing all of this work and we did co-creation and we did visioning and we did guiding principles and all these other kinds of things, we never once outlined how it had to happen or what it was going to look like. We just worked with the idea of having a place to call home again, maybe under one roof. Are you following me so far? Okay. So we did this work, and lo and behold, true story, that later that same year, seemingly out of the blue, we got an unsolicited offer for someone to buy our cool building in the Northwest. That's where he comes in. This guy's uncle. He was like, hey, I've got somebody who wants to see your building. And I was like, oh, sure, I'll show it to him. Why the heck not? Never expecting that they would want to buy it. And the next day he's like, well, yeah, we've got an offer. Okay. So unsolicited, out of the blue. And then Graham Clark, our board president at the time, was just driving around and he saw this standalone building. And when we came to look at it, I knew immediately it was the right place for us. I knew that. But people were reluctant because it's in a warehouse. It's in an industrial area. But I explained to them, and Dr. Heather can attest to this, I would say a full half of churches and spiritual centers in the States are industrial areas right now. A couple of reasons. It's affordable, it has parking, and it's not very churchy. Not everybody wants to go into something that looks like a church, right? So I was talking about this, I was saying this is really the wave of the future, and people began to catch the vision. Now we had to do some renos. We had to do some pretty major renos, in particular expanding the washrooms. and building out the classroom on the other side. But the really cool stuff, like the wooden ceiling, and the rooms, the buildings, or excuse me, the office buildings and stuff like that, the nice landscaping out front, that was already here. The parking was already here. So I want you to picture this. We did our work in consciousness, and we went from, wouldn't it be nice to have a home again, to an unsolicited offer to buy our existing building, to, wow, this is a cool building, to, this is home, in the course of about 6 months. We held our service here August 6, 2017. Now, our founder, Ernest Holmes, had this to say. He says, if we have a true conviction which is in line with the ultimate harmony, we can create an idea which must clothe itself in a form equal to our mental equivalent of such an idea. So if we have and stay to an idea, we want a home of our own, and we did the work around that, not only the physical work, but the spiritual, emotional, mental work of picturing us having our own home, it must clothe itself in form. Can I get an amen to that? Woo! I remember we did a visioning, which is a kind of a neat process that we do here. And one of the questions is, what does it look like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? And what I envisioned was the sound of laughter and the sound of music. The hills are alive. I'm sorry. Sometimes I just can't get her to shut up. And all of this, and when we came here, we had a open house before we opened. And I was standing in this room, and in the other room, I heard laughter, and I heard music, and the energy was just so wonderful. I thought, that's it. That's it. That's my vision. And we haven't even come close to recognizing and realizing its true potential, because we were closed for 2 years because of COVID. We're just now starting to get our feet underneath us so that we can get going. So stay tuned. Yeah? Okay. So as I mentioned, every Sunday, usually, if you have been here for any length of time, you know that we take the time out to read our mission and our vision statements. It's really, really important that we as a community know who we are and know what it is that we stand for. And as you can see, here are our vision and mission statements. And I love them both. They are both super, super important to me. But there is one part of the vision statement that thrills me every time I see it, and that is the Calgary Center for Spiritual Living is a beacon of spiritual illumination. That visual image speaks to how I have always envisioned this center as a beacon of light, as a beacon of illumination that is attracting and welcoming people who are looking for spiritual understanding and connection and love. So that brings me again to a little bit of history about the center since I've been here. When I first got here, there were no practitioners other than me and Reverend Marjorie as the staff minister. Now, I want to say something here. Ministers, because we have a number of ministers in our community, ministers are always, always, always practitioners first. Always practitioners first. We may have taken a little bit more training, but we are always practitioners first and foremost, which is why I call this our practitioner corps. But we didn't have a practitioner corps when I first got here. And not having practitioners was super new to me because I'd come from different centers that had tons of practitioners. So I learned early on, both as a member of the center to becoming a practitioner to becoming a minister, about the collaboration and the camaraderie that happens when you have a group of practitioners. The consciousness is through the roof. So it was a little startling to me to find out that there wasn't a whole group of practitioners in this center because it was a pretty good-sized center. However, the good news was we had a group of people who had the requisite courses to start practitioner training, which we did in September of that year, 2013. Now, in case you have not heard this before, practitioner training is a rigorous, highly personal 2-year process. Nod your heads, all of you who have been through it. You know what I'm talking about here. In addition to learning about the art and science of spiritual mind treatment, which is our form of prayer, it requires deep introspection. It requires clearing up of old ideas and old belief systems. Because how can you help someone if you have not healed things within yourself? It always leads to a great deal of growth and a great deal of expansion, which is often not comfortable to some people. So the reason why I'm telling you that is because not everybody who starts the course completes it. For instance, out of the 12 who started with me in 2013, we had 6 who graduated and became licensed. And those 6 are Amy Bishop, Peli Dlamini, who's watching, I hope, from Africa, Ron Hahn, Mara Olson, Tracy Peterson, and Lucille Warone. And what a happy thing this was. We had 6 practitioners besides me and Reverend Marjorie. We had a healing arm. They call it an ecclesiastical arm. Who uses words like that? I don't. So a healing arm of the center. At one point, Mara moved away, but she was one of the originals. But remember what I said about being a beacon of spiritual illumination? Well, right after these guys completed, Reverend Leslie and Reverend Darlene moved here from Kelowna to Calgary and joined our team. And then Reverend Monica, the Joy of Life Center changed, and she came and became part of our center. Our beacon was bright, and 2 turned into 10. And then in the meantime, because he marches to his own drum, Lance Raff went through the Centers for Spiritual Living's online practitioner training, and upon completion also became part of our team. So to continue the story, we had moved into this building. We taught a bunch of classes, and it became clear that it was time for another practitioner training. So in 2019, we started again with a fairly large group of students, and within 2 years, it had whittled down to 5. However, to be fair, 2 of the original group had become first-time mothers during the course. So yeah, you can kind of understand that, Marianne and her darling Soleil back there. In fact, I got to tell a story. So I'm asking my colleagues, we got 2 pregnant women in the class in practitioner training. And I'm asking my colleagues, so how do you handle, if they, pregnant and going to have a baby in the middle of training? And what I got back, because most centers for spiritual living have a lot of really mature people, and they were like, wow, you have women young enough to be pregnant? So we've got this class going, and then a funny thing happened. on the way to completion of their practitioner studies. A little thing called COVID. In fact, we were just getting ready to go into the third term of their second year when COVID hit, and we did the entire last term via Zoom, including their licensing panels. But we persevered. And those practitioners are Connie Chow, Valda Harris, Sabrina Morrow, Gail Verdi, and Fran Watson. So 10, we're not there yet. I'm not done. 10 became 16, because that includes Lance. 10 became 16, but there's even more to the story. Because our beacon is so bright. In the past couple of years, we also attracted Reverend Val Benedict, Reverend Dr. Heather Clark, and Reverend Doug Craig, who's always around. They are now part of us, so from 16, we are now 19. This place is a vortex of spiritual illumination. Which brings me to today's ceremony. Becoming a licensed practitioner of Centers for Spiritual Living is a rite of passage that deserves to be acknowledged and celebrated. So it's going to take us just a moment to get ready to do our ceremony here, but I would like to invite our 6 newest licensed practitioners to come to the front. Connie Chow, Valda Harris, Sabrina Morrow, Lance Rath, Gail Verdi, and Fran Watson. Please come forward. Monica, could you hand me that? I want you guys to come up here. The whole thing. Hi, guys. I'm going to put this down. I'm doing this like a professional and everything. Thank you. I want you to see them. Aren't they lovely? Aren't they something? A Centers for Spiritual Living practitioner is a person of high spiritual consciousness and deep understanding, trained through the study of the science of mind in the art and science and skill of spiritual mind treatment, dedicated to the cause of helping others, licensed to practice professionally, bound by a high code of ethics, including to respect a client's confidentiality. The sacred path you walk is being honored here today. Each of you has followed your heart and has answered your calling. Being a licensed practitioner for Centers for Spiritual Living is a sacred obligation, a journey of love, and a dedication of all aspects of your being. It is the practitioner's business to uncover and help reveal the divine light in every person and every soul. So I would like to invite your colleagues, the other ministers and practitioners of Centers for Spiritual Living, to please come forward. And I've changed my mind from my instruction. I'd like you all to stand here facing the audience. So if you would, please. Because I'm going to read some charges, and I would like you all to use this as being a rededication of your vows also. So I would like to introduce Reverend Val Benedict, Amy Bishop, Reverend Dr. Heather Clark, Reverend Marjorie Contenti, Reverend Monica Cromer, Reverend Leslie McNamara, and practitioner Lucille Warone. Okay. So as I'm going to read these charges to our newest practitioners, I would like the rest of you to listen and to respond, as well as a rededication of your call. Do each of you today promise to uphold the teachings of Science of Mind in everything you say, in everything you do, and in everything you are, to the best of your ability? Say, I do. Do you promise to live in conscious awareness of your own divinity and the divinity of others? Say, I do. Do you dedicate yourselves to hold sacred the confidentiality and identity of those who come to you for help unless you receive their express permission to do otherwise? Say, I do. Do you promise to abide by the Centers for Spiritual Living Practitioner Code of Ethics? Do you dedicate yourself to the discipline of regular and faithful spiritual practice, including spiritual mind treatment, so that you may expand the expression of your life in loving service to the universe and humankind? Do you dedicate yourself to behold the divine perfection in all who may call upon you? I do. Do you dedicate yourself to be a constant recognition of the one Spirit within all people, regardless of race, gender, faith, orientation, or station in life? Say, I do. And will you continue to study and expand your consciousness that you may be more effective in your chosen way? Say, I will. And to the best of your ability, will you serve the needs of humanity? Say, I will. Okay. And would the members and friends in the audience please stand? This group of committed and loving people are licensed as Centers for Spiritual Living practitioners. Do you acknowledge their pledge of dedication to their own spiritual growth and service to all who may call upon them? Say, I do. I do. Their pledge of service is a direct benefit to you. In return, do you accept them and support them as an integral part of the healing ministry of this spiritual center? Say, I do. Okay. You may be seated. Thank you. Having been duly licensed and acknowledged by the members and friends of the Calgary Center for Spiritual Living, it is an honor and a privilege to recognize the sacredness of this moment. And so we are now going to hand out the stoles. These stoles, I want to just talk about this a second, were designed by a member of the community, made by a member of the community. And it is a means of identifying you as a valued practitioner. And when you are wearing the stole, and this is for you all to know this, when you see somebody wearing the stole, they are available to you to work with you in consciousness and in treatment on Sunday mornings. And so I ask you to wear it with pride. Connie Chow, Gail Verdi, Sabrina Morrow, Fran Watson, Valda Harris, and Lance Rath. Now you can give them the applause they deserve. Lance. Please accept this rose. In the language of flowers, a rose is the language of love. is indicated of love. And so I'm making a mess here, but I don't care. Dr. Heather, Lucille, Amy. Thank you. Val. Reverend Leslie. And one more. And one for me. And Reverend Monica. Thank you all so much. And you may be seated. Thank you. To commemorate this, I have asked Reverend, actually, you all go and have a seat as well. You deserve it. Okay, yes. Oh, great idea. We are sending this flower with Vern Chase because our beloved Reverend Darley's in the hospital. She's okay, but she is in the hospital. So, Vern, we're going to send this home with you for Darlene. Thank you. Okay, Reverend Marjorie is going to give us our closing spiritual mind treatment. Marjorie, if you would, please.
Thank you, Pat. Congratulations. I know you have worked hard, and it is a pleasure and a privilege to welcome you into our group that is here for everyone in the center. So, welcome, everybody. I recognize that there is one life, one spirit, one divine presence that is everywhere, that is all powerful. This is the presence that is the life of this center, and it is the life of each one here. So I speak in the first person as I know this truth for every one of us. I know that I am this divine presence, that it beats my heart, it informs my mind, it fills me with love. It makes me a vital and energetic part of the life that I am living. So I bring this awareness that I am spirit to everything that I do and think and say. I allow all of my relationships to be infused with this love of spirit that is so powerful and so infinite and so everlasting that it can never be depleted. So I bring this great love to all of the encounters I have with everyone that I meet. And I bring this energy of wholeness and completeness and perfection into my physical, spiritual, emotional, and mental being. I know that I am wholeness, that regardless of any symptoms or anything around me in the world, I know that I am always this perfection, this spark of the divine, and it shows up in my being. I know that I am the creativity and the intelligence of spirit. So I bring to my work and to my play this awareness of how great life can be, of how new ideas can be embraced. And I release the past that has served me up until now. And I embrace this newness, this intelligence that is me ongoing. And I declare that I am a spirit of abundance. I give and I receive from this place of knowing that I always have and I always am enough and more than enough. Knowing all of this about me, that I am all of this because I am spirit itself, I remember to be grateful. I allow gratitude to fill up in me and spill over. I remember as I go through my day-to-day living that life is such a blessing and it is there for me for the asking. So I open my mind, my heart, my arms to receive the good the universe lavishes on me. And I give from this fullness, from this heart that fills with love and gratitude constantly. So in profound gratitude for this life that I am living, for this awareness that I have that I am a self-declaring being of love and light and peace and power. From this place, I release this word knowing that the creative power of Spirit is on the move as me. I know it, I accept it, I give thanks for it, and together with feeling, let us declare, and so it is.
And I'm going to invite Elevation up now to sing a song that is dedicated to all of our practitioners and in particular to our newest licensed practitioners. Please give them a hand. Thank you, darling.
You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life and love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing. Amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, you will do amazing things. All the places you will go, and the people you will know. Don't worry when, where, or how. You don't need to know right now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what each day brings. 'Cause you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. And let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes the deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. Just close Just stay in the here and now and let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes the deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes and take a breath and smile. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things.
That was amazing. Amy, could you look on my thanks, honey. I got nothing. So I'll talk about money. So this is our time to do our conscious commitment, our conscious giving. And, I'm sorry, I'm just a little yowzas. That was something, hey? So part of why we do a collection is because we can pay these guys. So, and we're grateful. Let's have a grateful contest. So anyway, lots of ways that you can support the center here. When we take our conscious giving, you can send e-transfers, PayPal. We've got a new QR code that works a little bit better. This will actually take you to a website where you can do the donation right there. You don't have to download anything. Check, call the office, conscious commitment. So if everyone will please take your tithe, your gift, your offering, your donation, hold it to your heart. And just that emotion that you've been feeling this morning, culminating with that beautiful song, just infuse that, because that's love. That's love. And let's say our conscious giving affirmation together. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all that I give returns to me multiplied abundantly. I am so blessed And so it is. And so it is. And we're going to sing love because, duh. So.
I thank love for everything. 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 I thank love for everything.
And because the baskets are still going round, we may need to add another verse. Okay, let's bring the kids in. Dun, 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 dun.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I'm looking for it. Microphone. We want to hear what you have to say.
And see these beautiful faces. Please turn around. Face, 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 face. There we go. There we go. Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. Oh, there's so much energy in here. It feels
Yes.
beautiful. It's awesome. Today we took the opportunity to spend time outside in the beautiful weather. It is very warm out there now. We did a beautiful mural out front. Take a chance to look at that. The kids painted it using chalk, so it's a bit different from the regular chalk. You dip it in water and it turns into a paste. We did a beautiful mural that the kids designed. And then we went on a little nature walk and we made some nature wands. And so everybody has a little nature wand. Do you want to hold them up?
Nice.
And at the beginning of the summer, we planted some random seeds. It was kind of like a throw and wish. And we checked on them today, and we have beautiful tomatoes growing in our tiny little garden. So they each got a tiny little tomato, because I don't think all of them will last till winter. And so, yeah, we got some big, juicy green ones. So it's really exciting to see that. Eli was here when we planted them, so we're both really proud of that. Does anybody want to say anything? Okay.
All righty,
Well, that's
give it up
everything.
for the
Thank you.
kids. Yes. Before I do our closing, there's just a couple of things that I want to let you know. You know, our farm is full of sunflowers. There's just overabundance of sunflowers. Anybody is welcome to those. If you want to cut some sunflowers and take them home and continue having sunflowers in your house, you're more than welcome to. The second thing that I want to let you know is that our lunch repast, our celebration, has been planned and done by Leslie Gardner and Yale Gelfond and all of their helpers. So please make sure that you give them lots of love as well. And Reverend Monica and Sharon for not arranging, but making arrangements for the beautiful flowers that we have gracing the center today. Yeah, okay. So we're going to do our closing. So everybody, let's stand up. And let's rub our hands together. If you are new to us, what we do is we get a good amount of energy going, and then we're going to send it out into the world to wherever it is needed. So are you ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoosh. Have a wonderful week.
Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded who you've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Hey, hey, yeah.